Welcome to Mountain Mystic Minerals. Today we're going to talk about quartz. I have quite a few different forms of quartz that you may come across on the market today when you try to incorporate these stones into your life. One of the most basic forms is this. This is straight out of the soil. Regular kind of creamy white milky quartz. Very, very natural form on this one. And then I also have here a piece that was tumbled in a river, so it's nice and kind of smooth on the outside, but there is some pockets which may hold the crystals. They're a little hard to see, kind of the sparkly sections inside. And then this is more of the broken open form here, a couple other empty pockets that may hold crystals as well. So quartz in itself is usually kind of that milky color, and then when they find a more clear variety, it can be tumbled and polished to reveal the inclusions inside, which can range in many different types, all the way from tourmaline, rutile, many other minerals. This one is slightly rutilated, although it's very difficult to see in this piece. Then we move into natural points, which this here is a natural point. It's a very clear stone. It has 3 triangular faces here. All of these points will have different purposes and different functions when you look at each face on these stones as you get more familiar with them. This is an unusual formation because you see this other stone, this other crystal, that is kind of wedged inside this other one here. But it's very clear, yet a very natural, very pretty piece. Quartz is very prevalent on the market. We move into clusters next. This would be considered a cluster. It is a combination of many points. Some may be broken, some may be fully intact, some may have different points, combinations on them. This one's actually pretty cool because it has this other point that's actually growing into the larger point. Once again, a little difficult to see. That's why we have to look very closely at these crystals so that we can truly see their value. Quartz has a very consistent vibration. This here is a Herkimer diamond. It is not a diamond, it's still a variety of quartz. Found only in Herkimer, New York, and very, very clear. A lot of times these will actually be in hydros and have water trapped inside them in pockets, and sometimes you'll see carbon moving through them. And clusters can take many forms. Sometimes the points are very thin, very sharp, very narrow. This one is very flat. The points are wide and rather close together. I love this piece because it looks a bit like a flower, the way it grew. You can kind of see how much light comes through it and how much sparkle it has. So once again, quartz can vary quite a bit. Tumbled pieces, you'll see shaped pieces. You'll also see spheres. So this is a really sweet little sphere, very small, but once again you can see the beautiful inclusions, and yet it's really clear because you can see the light coming through it pretty well. Some of the other things that you'll see, like this is a quartz point. It has a bit of color to it. It may be smoky, but it may also be a little bit of, there's a chemical process they can do to color these stones where they can be irradiated, but this most likely is a natural form, so I'm pretty lucky on this piece. Sometimes it can be very difficult to tell. Mostly if you feel really drawn to a stone, then it's an important stone for you, and you should try your best to incorporate it into your life. One of the most simple, easy ways to do that is just place these beautiful pieces in your space, in your home, in your bedroom, in your office, and let their vibrations just fill your space. Another way is to carry them around with you, small pieces on your body, jewelry, or in your pockets. Pieces like this are usually easier to carry around or wear some jewelry. There's also a smoky quartz, which has a darker color to it, and we'll get more into the smoky quartz as well, but a lot of these are quartz-based minerals. You can cleanse your stones with white sage, is the most common. It's a really safe way to clean most minerals because some of them are not stable. These here, since they're quartz, are pretty stable. You could use water if you prefer, although a lot of people choose not to do so because it's difficult to keep track of what minerals are safe to use water on and which ones are not. So this is just white sage. It's actually a Salvia appiani, California white sage, used by the Native Americans to cleanse bad energies away from the stones. You can also use healing vibrations of singing bowls, moonlight. I like to use moonlight quite a bit. Charge these guys up and let the moon kind of cleanse them. So usually just a little bit of sage smoke is enough to keep the energies pure and free-flowing in these stones. So if there's any questions, please get in contact with me. I also have some stones available on my Etsy page, Mountain Mystic Minerals on Etsy as well. And we'll get into more types of stones and the energies they carry in future videos. So thank you very much and be well.